Have you ever walked through a city where, no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't find a single piece of trash on the ground? No plastic bottles, no snack wrappers, no cigarette butts. Nothing. It's so clean, you start asking yourself, how do people even live like this? Welcome to Switzerland, the country often hailed as heaven for order and cleanliness. But here's the twist. It's not because they're rich. It's because they've built a culture around living clean. Most of us, when we hear the name Switzerland, we probably think of luxury watches, secretive banks, and those postcard-worthy snow-capped mountains. But what many people don't know is that this country is also famous for something even more impressive: how unbelievably clean it is. And the best part? Swiss people don't need reminders. They don't need anyone checking on them. They just don't litter. Why? It's not because they have some futuristic technology. And it's definitely not just because they're wealthy. It's because cleanliness has become part of their cultural identity. Few trash cans, but zero trash. Picture this. You're strolling through Bern or Zurich, enjoying a snack. You finish it, look around, and there's no trash bin in sight. Naturally, you slip the wrapper into your jacket pocket, and then you notice no one else is throwing garbage on the street either. Here's the crazy part. Public trash bins in Switzerland are rare. In some places, there aren't any at all. But the streets? Spotless. Why? Because everyone assumes one simple rule. You take your trash home with you. Trash is your personal responsibility, not the city's. In Switzerland, kids grow up hearing this. Every bag of trash you produce is your responsibility to society. Nobody says, someone else will clean it up. Nobody thinks, I pay taxes, so that's their job. They don't wait for a system to remind them, because everyone has what you could call a built-in switch for civilized behavior. And yes, Switzerland has one of the most detailed and logical waste management systems on the planet. People don't just not litter out of politeness. It's also because the sorting system is no joke. There are at least 6 to 7 categories of waste. Paper and cardboard. Glass, separated by color. Clear, green, and brown. Pet plastics like water bottles. Metals. Organic/food waste. Electronics. And finally, burnable waste, non-recyclables. Each type has its own collection points, pickup schedules, and disposal rules. You can't just toss everything into a bag and leave it outside. And get this, even trash bags aren't free. You have to buy official city-issued garbage bags, known as tax trash bags, which cost around $2, $3 USD for a 35-liter bag. Doesn't sound like much? Try throwing out 8 to 10 bags a month. It adds up fast, but here's the smart part. Recyclable waste is free to dispose of. The more you recycle, the less trash you produce, and the less money you spend. It's a brilliant, efficient system that rewards good behavior. So what happens if someone litters? You get fined, and not just a slap on the wrist kind of fine. In Switzerland, there's actually a team that investigates illegal dumping. If they find personal documents, receipts, or letters in your trash, the environmental police will trace it back to you. Fines range from $100 to $1,000 US. And even worse, you lose face in your community. In such a disciplined society, littering isn't just illegal, it's downright shameful. Shame, a quiet but powerful deterrent. The unique thing about Switzerland? They don't rely on cameras or tight surveillance. Because the moment you slip up and someone sees you, that disapproving look from a neighbor is more than enough. In a culture where standards are sacred, breaking the rules is met with an eerie silence, filled with quiet disappointment. No one yells at you, but you'll feel it in your gut. Education, the real game changer. None of this would be possible without one thing: early education. From a young age, Swiss children are taught how to sort waste, understand the recycling process, and even visit waste treatment plants. But it's not just boring classroom theory. They learn through real-life questions. What happens to a soda that ends up in the ocean? How much water can a single battery pollute? When kids understand that small actions have big consequences, they grow up with a sense of environmental responsibility. Cleanliness isn't just for now, it's for the future. What's even more admirable is that Swiss waste isn't just collected neatly. it's transformed to serve the community. Organic waste becomes biogas for cooking and heating. Burnable waste helps power neighborhoods. Metals, glass, and plastics are almost fully recycled. Switzerland has the highest recycling rate in Europe, over 80%. No massive landfills, no nasty smells, no mountains of trash. And in the end, it's pride that keeps Switzerland clean. What truly makes Switzerland stand out isn't the rules. It's how deeply people respect one another. When you litter, you're not just polluting the environment. You're disrespecting your neighbors, your friends, your children and grandchildren. Because the people cleaning up after you, they're not strangers. They're your community. The Swiss live by a deeply human principle. We inherited a clean country, so we must protect it for the next generation. What about Vietnam? The Swiss story isn't just something to admire, it's something to learn from. Because believe it or not, Switzerland wasn't always like this. They used to face problems with litter, low awareness, and poor recycling too. But they turned it around, starting with the smallest unit, the individual. Vietnam can absolutely do the same. When each person takes responsibility for their own bag of trash, the whole country gets cleaner. In Switzerland, they don't just clean the streets. They clean up careless thinking. They don't just keep the cities clean. They keep their conscience clean too. Back-end index pointing right, so are you ready to live like the Swiss? Back-end index pointing right, are you willing to carry your trash home instead of tossing it in public? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it inspired you. Who knows? You might be the spark that helps build a more civilized society, starting with something as simple as a bag of trash.